for an artist that's really professional and really almost to a surgical level, like or like a sniper, like
Mm-hmm.
Rick. The way I look at Rick is like he's like a surgical sniper kind of guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Very cerebral.
Yep.
For you to screw up that work, it's actually quite difficult to do.
Yes.
Like
Actually, it
you
is.
you
Yeah.
really have to screw it up.
Yep.
Like if you mess up a tattoo that he put in, you did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not saying you should feel bad about it, but the onus is not on him,
Yep.
right? And I'll tell you that straight up because I've never had any trouble healing anything he's done on me
Mm-hmm.
for over a decade.
Yeah.
So if you've got a problem with one of his tattoos, you need to look at what you've done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's always the case because there are people who will fuck you up. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are people who have dug me and ripped me up, and
Yeah.
I've had
Well, you've had
infections
the gamut,
before,
right?
Oh yeah,
You've
I've
been.
been all over it.
Yeah.
I've had it where when I was working on this wrist, the first arm, not this blackout, we did my wrist like probably 4 times full color.
Ugh.
It was I had like fire here, and it's like a cuff, and
Yeah.
it came up around here.
Yeah.
But it looked great when we did it. But even when I got home that night, my arm was like a gauntlet.
Hmm.
Like I had no wrist anymore. It was just a hand, and to here
A tube.
was swollen like I was wearing like a gauntlet.
Hmm.
And then when it finally all of the inflammation came down, it cratered in everywhere,
Hmm.
and there was all these chunky scabs all over it.
Oh man.
And then when those scabs came off finally, there was like almost none of the color there. It was all
Mhm.
just this drab, like, because we'd built up like yellows and reds and oranges and pinks, and it actually looked really cool, like
Yeah.
painterly stuff, right? Very artistic. But none of that healed.
Yeah.
All of it fell out, and it was just this ugly, like, it looked like I had like a skin disease.
Oh man.
And so it was like, okay, I lived with that for 6 months, and then we hit it again with all the color again. Another 3 or 4 hours on my wrist.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lee is telling me, you got 30 minutes there. That's all you got. You can't be there for hours.
Yeah.
That skin's going to give up on you. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And so I've got people telling me what's wrong with this, right? But at the same time, this guy still wants to keep trying to fix it.
Mhm.
So I ended up touching it up again.
Yeah.
And it got a little bit better each time, but it was still shit.
Mhm.
But like you would see it where he's spraying me down with Bactine, like, let me get in there again. I'll numb it. No, get in
Yeah.
there again. It's like, maybe don't get in there again.
I mean, I think that's what I hear in that is that same like the skin's not doing what I'm asking it to.
Yeah,
And
frustration.
Yeah, frustration and not knowing how to solve the problem.
Yeah,
Not even knowing really what the problem is, because if you knew what the problem is, you might be able to address it. But like in that kind of situation, like
it was hard for me to watch because
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
yeah, oh yeah,
It
you
wasn't
can-
like I was in pain. I'm not saying I wasn't in pain.
Yeah, of
'Cause
course.
people are always like, "Oh yeah, you
don't
must
even
have been."
feel it.
But like, I honestly felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Where I was like, "Oh, I just wish you could figure this out."
Yeah,
Because you could tell it's hurting him on some level.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it working?
yeah,
Get in that skin. I heard him say it out loud a few times.
Yeah.
Get in there. Get in there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
See, and
I'm
this is
embarrassed now
I see
for you.
that kind of thing, and like when I've experienced it myself, like I don't want that feeling ever.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
me, I am like, because it's a horrible feeling, like to